Hello everyone, this is Tejas Shekhar from Spider Software's Mumbai head office. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be explaining to you all the features which will be covered as a part of your level 3 training. So now, if we take a look at the query menu, in today's training, we will be explaining the alert, tick query, market query, tool query, harmonic and pattern scanner, event selector, as well as the technical query. I'll be explaining it to you with the help of a PowerPoint presentation. So we'll just take a look at the presentation. So our first feature for today is alert. You can use this feature to create any number of price alerts for scripts. So we'll just go back to our software and take a look at how to actually add price alerts. You can see currently I have a chart for Oro Pharma open. I'll just go to the intraday time frame. Currently, you can see the price is trading at around 1430. If I want to set an alert when the price hits 1431, I will just place my cursor here, and then when I press Ctrl plus J, it will automatically open my price alert window. You can see the rate has been specified here as well as the script. If you want to add an alert for a different script, you can select your equity or you can select your derivative script by clicking on these buttons and specifying the script. Next, if we take a look at the rate quantity here, you can see that if you want to add an alert for when the price goes higher than the rate which you have specified, you can select rate greater than. If you want to set an alert when the price goes below the rate you have specified, you can select rate lesser than. If you want to set an alert based on a quantity, you can select quantity greater than and specify the quantity here as well. So in this way, you can set alerts based on different conditions. I will just select rate greater than currently. And if I want to see a message which says buy when the alert is hit, I will just type buy, click on add. So now you can see my alert has been added here. I'll just open a different chart. For example, if I want to see the chart for Astral, I'll just type Astral here. You can see the chart for Astral is currently open. If I want to be notified when the price hits 2190, once again, I will just place my cursor here, press Ctrl plus J. You can see my rate has automatically been selected here. And then I will once again add an alert for buy. Now, whenever the price hits these rates, we will receive a small pop-up message here in the bottom right corner. We will just open another chart here. For example, I'll open a chart for Reliance and then click on OK. We have a chart for Reliance here. Currently, you can see the price is going down. So if I want to be alerted when the price hits, for example, 3005.8, we will just set an alert here. You can see 3005.80 has been selected. Next, I will just click sell here. I will type sell and I'll select rate lesser than and then click on add. So you can see that since I selected a rate which was lower than the currently traded price, it has now automatically been hit. You will receive a red pop-up when it shows you a rate lesser than alert. You will see a green pop-up when you will select rate greater than. And now, if, for example, if I was on a different chart, for example, if I was on the chart for Astral, but I just click on this alert, I will be able to go to the chart for Reliance. So in this way, you can just quickly move to the chart in which your alert has been hit. Now, if I want to remove this alert, since the Reliance alert has been triggered, you can see the exact time at which it was triggered. Now, if I click on pack, it will automatically remove all those alerts which have been triggered. Next, you can see we have set alerts for Astral as well as Oro Pharma. But now if I want to change the rate at which my Oro Pharma alert will be hit, I will just select Australia, I will choose my alert and I will change the rate at which I want my alert to be hit. For example, 2189.5, I will set my alert at that rate, click on modify. So now you can see my alert has been modified and once again, since we selected rate greater than, it has given me a green pop-up message. So in this way, you can modify your alerts as well, the rate at which your alert has been set. If you want to remove any alerts, you just need to select the alert, click on delete, and those alerts will be removed. Now you can see currently my Oro Pharma alert has still not been triggered. And if, for example, till the end of day it is not triggered, I can click on save and then save my list of alerts which have not yet been triggered. I can save them and then I can click on load to just quickly load the price alerts tomorrow as well or on a later date. So in this way, you can use the price alert feature to set alerts for the various scripts. Next, we will take a look at the tick query feature. So we'll just go back to our presentation. Our next feature is the tick query. So the tick query is a powerful scanner through which a user can specify his or her set of filters and track any kind of price movement which is supported by heavy volumes or low volumes. So I'll just show you what we mean by that. We'll go back to our software, click on the query menu, and then when we click on tick query, you can see I currently have two windows available. But depending on the product which you have purchased, you will either be able to see two windows or four windows. So now I'll just click on the first window. Now if I click on the settings tab, you can see a filter for based on quantity as well as value. I have selected quantity greater than 2500 and value greater than 25 lakhs. You can also specify if you want both of these conditions to be satisfied, or if even one of these conditions is being satisfied, you will be able to see the result if you select, or if you want to see only those conditions in which only those scripts in which both conditions are being fulfilled, you need to select and. Next, we have a condition here based on the price OHLC data. You can see I have specified close is equal to high. So it will show me those stocks which are currently seeing bullish momentum. If you click on the drop down arrow and scroll here, you can see we have some predefined bullish conditions, some bearish conditions, as well as some miscellaneous conditions. So you can choose from these predefined conditions, or you can specify conditions using and or, and you can create the conditions using these formats here as examples. So now we have seen how to specify conditions. Next, if you want to choose the tick query to be run on a specific group, you can click on the drop down arrow here. If you want to run it on the full NSE, you can choose NSE, or if I choose group here, this will give me the group selection window. I can choose my desired group on which I want to run my tick query. For example, if I want to run my tick query on NSE F&O scripts group, I have selected my group here. Next, we have the derivative settings option. If you want to run your tick query on derivative scripts, you can use these derivative settings as well. You just need to tick use derivative filters, and then you can specify the various filters. For example, option strike within a certain percentage of your UL rate, the moneyness, option type, expiry. You can create filters based on all of these options. Next, you can also allow futures contract wise or futures continuous. You can choose your required option here. So we have seen how to set the conditions. Now we will take a look at what the results are like. Currently, I will just tick and untick this. I will set it. You can see I have set it as close is equal to high. So it is showing me those scripts in which currently the close is at the high. So in this way, you can set bearish as well as bullish conditions. If I just open my other tick query, now if I just click on this, I'll select the settings. You can see I have specified my condition as close is equal to low. So this will give me those scripts which are currently closing at their low. It will provide tick by tick data. So whenever the tick by tick data is received, it will scan for those scripts in which our conditions are being fulfilled and show them to us. So this was the tick query feature. We will just go back to our presentation once again. So the tick query, you can choose a specific script, you can choose a specific group of scripts or you can run it on the entire NSE. You can set filters based on quantity and value, and whenever you choose a condition, it will update the script list based on the condition when the condition is being fulfilled. Here you can see an example. We also saw an example in the software. Next, we have the market query feature. So the market query is very similar to the tick query feature, and through this feature we can run queries on the live market. Now we will just take a look at our software again. We'll go back to the query menu. And now when I click on market query, once again, you can see two windows here. Depending on the product which you have purchased, you will be able to see either two windows or four windows. I'll click on the first window. Now you can see we have various filter options here, as well as we have the option to take a look at some additional columns. And in these additional columns, you will be able to see the values for various things like tick average, high, low, open value, previous close, previous high, previous low, previous open. In this way, you will be able to see the previous OHLC data for 5 days. We also have various other values here you will be able to select from this list. And in this way, you can select 6 additional columns for which you will be able to see the data. We have specified 5 columns here. We can also specify various filter conditions like filtering based on rate, percentage change, quantity, value, number of ticks, and so on. So here we have specified the quantity once again as greater than 2500 and the value as greater than or equal to 25 lakhs. Here you can once again select the group on which you want to run your market query. I have selected the full NSE here. And once again, just like the tick query, we have an option to specify a condition based on OHLC data. So you have specified once again close is equal to high. We need to make sure that our condition is ticked so that we will be able to use it. Now I'll click on run. It has generated a report on the entire NSE. for those scripts in which currently the quantity is either greater than 2500 or the value is greater than 25 lakhs. You can see it has created a report for 83 scripts. Now, if I want to save this report in the form of a CSV file, I'll click on save report and it will save this in the form of a CSV file. You can also save these scripts to a group by clicking on save to group. You can save them to a new group. You can add these scripts to any existing group, or you can replace these scripts in an existing group as well. If I want this report to automatically update every few seconds, I will just specify the time here next to the refresh seconds. I have specified it as 5, so it will automatically refresh every 5 seconds. So this was the market query feature. You can open multiple windows at the same time. I'll select the second window. You can see my second window is also opened here. So in this way, you can have multiple windows of the market query open at the same time. We will just go back to our presentation once again. Here we can just see some information here. For example, we can set various conditions based on rate, percentage change, quantity, high, low, along with 6 additional columns. So we saw that we were able to set 6 additional columns. We were able to set the value for those. Next, we have the tool query feature. We'll go back to our software once again to see what the tool query feature is. So we'll just close our market query and we'll open the tool query feature. So the tool query feature is once again present in the query menu, and the tool query will allow you to see when the price is within a specific range of your support or resistance lines, your retracement lines, as well as your extension lines. We'll just take a look at how to add these line tools to your chart first. So I'll just open the daily chart here. I'll remove this tool that we have added here. Now, if I want to add any support or resistance lines to my chart, I will just press Ctrl plus E to open the tool window here, or I can right click on my chart and then click on add line tools. Here you can see various line tools and you can also see the shortcut keys for them. So you can use the shortcut keys as well. Now if I want to add a support or resistance line to my chart, I will just click on the support line option here. In the tool menu, you can see my cursor has changed to a pencil. Now if I want to add the support or resistance line here at the high of this candle, I will just go to the candle here, press H to automatically select the high of this candle. And then if I double click and select the color, now you can see I have added a resistance line here. In this way, you can add various support or resistance lines wherever you require it. So this was how to add a support line. Next, we will also take a look at how to add a price extension. So here, if I want, first we will take a look at how to add a retracement levels here. I'll just press R, which is the shortcut key for adding retracement levels. Here you can see the lines at percentage window here. You can specify the percentage values at which the lines will be drawn. These percentage values are based on Fibonacci ratios. So we just select this, click on OK. We will select the swing high here. We'll just select this candle and then we'll select the swing low, which was at this candle. I'll click on OK. So now you can see various retracement levels have been added at 61.8%, 50% and 38.2%. So in this way you can add retracement levels to your chart. I'll just open another new chart for Oro Pharma. And now if I want to add price extension levels, currently you can see the price is rising higher. If I want to see price extension levels for Oro Pharma here, I will first press E to select the window for extension. You can once again specify the percentage levels at which the lines will be drawn. These percentage levels are based on Fibonacci ratios. So I'll click on OK. You can see the pencil has appeared. I will select the swing low here. Next, I will choose my swing high. And then once again, I will choose the swing low over here. And then select the color for which I want to draw the extension. I will select green. Here you can see on the right, if I just shrink my chart, we have various extension levels available here. For example, we have one level at 38.2% at 1412.27. Next, at 50%, we have a level at 1442.49. And at 61.8%, we have a level at 1472.71. So in this way, you can draw price extension levels in your chart as well using the shortcut key, which is E. So now we have understood how to draw these line tools. We will also take a look at what the tool query does. So if I click on tool query, here you can choose the period for which you want to select. So you can see currently I have added my retracement. I have added my price extension on the daily time frame. So I'll select my period as the daily period here. Next, we have an option to show if the close is within a certain percentage of your support or resistance line, your retracement or your extension. So I will just take this and specify it as 2%. So if my price is currently within 2% of any of these line tools that I have added, it will show me that as a result. Next, we will choose our exchange here. We can choose either to run it on the full NSE cash, or you can choose a specific group. You will just run it on the full NSE currently. Next, you can also just click on show difference in percentage. And here, if you want to see the results for either support or resistance line, retracement or extension, you just need to tick these boxes here depending on what you want to scan for. So now I have specified all my conditions. Now I'll click on run. You can see it is currently just generating a report. You can see OFSS, support or resistance line. So I'll just untick these two boxes here. So we'll only see those support or resistance lines. Now you can see if I select my tool, only support and resistance lines here. Next, I will untick support and resistance. I will choose retracement and then click on run. You can see currently the price is within 2% of Astral over here. Next, I will untick retracement, take extension and then click on run. You can see Petronet and Oro Pharma showing up in our results. So in this way, you can use the tool query to scan to see in which charts your price is currently close to any tools which you may have used. So this was the tool query feature. We will just go back to our presentation once again. So the tool query helps us to find support resistance lines, retracement and extension. Here you will get an option to enter close within either higher or lower. For example, if you enter 2%, it will find out those stocks which are within 2% range of either your support, resistance, retracement or extensions lines. You can select your specific group on which you want to run your tool query. Next, we have the harmonic pattern scanner. We'll just go back to our software once again and then we'll click on the query menu. We have a harmonic and pattern scanner here. So the harmonic and pattern scanner allows you to scan for harmonic patterns, which are patterns which are created based on Fibonacci ratios, and it also allows you to scan for chart patterns which are based on the candlesticks. Next, we'll just take a look at the various filter conditions. You can filter based on rate, quantity. By choosing this last trader on after, you can choose only those scripts which are actively being traded, and you can also ignore indices by ticking this. Next, you can choose whether if you want to run it on the full exchange or if you want to run your harmonic pattern scanner on a specific group. So I will just let it run on the full NSE currently. You can use the time frame on which you want to run your harmonic pattern scanner. For example, either intraday, daily or weekly time frame. I will just leave this as daily time frame. You can choose the last n bars in which the pattern is occurring. So if I have selected last n bars 2, it will show me all those patterns which are currently occurring in these two boxes, in these within these two bars here. You can also specify the swing percentage for which some of the Fibonacci, the harmonic patterns are based. We have selected the swing percentage here. We have selected harmonic completed. So it will show me only those charts in which the harmonic pattern has been completed. So now I have selected my group as the Nifty total market. I'll click on run here. I'll just clear my grid once. Now you can see my report has been run. Once again, I'll just run this. You can see AGI and fine org here. If I click on the chart for AGI, you can see a black swan formation currently, and it has been completed in my last two bars here. If I select fine org, you can see once again a C-pony formation in this. So we'll be able to see completed harmonic patterns using this setting. Next, if I choose harmonic in progress and click on run. So currently, if I take a look at Avas India, Avas, it is currently forming a white swan pattern. Abbott India, once again, a black swan pattern is forming here. So in this way, you can see those charts in which harmonic patterns are currently being formed as well. Next, we have a setting for chart patterns. We'll click on run. You can see ACC, a falling wedge is being formed, BSoft, a double bottom, DB Realty, once again a double bottom. So in this way, you can also scan for various chart patterns using the harmonic pattern scanner. So now we'll just go back to our presentation. Harmonic pattern scanners. So harmonic patterns create geometric price patterns by using Fibonacci numbers to identify potential price changes or trend reversals. Traders can identify these patterns and use them to inform their next trading decisions. And there are multiple chart patterns that you will be able to scan for. So next we can see we have various filters that we just saw. You can choose to run it on the entire exchange or on a specific group of scripts as well. So that was the harmonic and chart pattern scanner. Next we have the event selector feature. We'll go back to our software. So event selector will allow us to be informed about those stocks in which certain events are occurring. So depending on the product which you have purchased, you will be able to see either 2 windows or 4 windows. I will select my first window here. If you go to the events tab, You can see various conditions here. For example, bullish, bearish, bull reversal, bear reversal, miscellaneous, pivot related conditions, pivot up and pivot down. So in this way, you can specify various conditions. I will just untick all of these conditions before setting any more conditions. So we'll go back to our bullish conditions here. I want to see those stocks which are currently making a new high. So you can see at high of day, I will choose 52-week high and all-time high. So I'll be informed if any of these events are occurring in any stocks. Next, I will also choose bearish at low of day, 52-week low, all-time low. Similarly, if I take a look at the pivot up, I can choose price crossing above pivot. So whenever the price goes above the pivot line, I will be informed. Next, I will also choose price crossing below pivot. So we have selected our conditions now. We will also select the group on which I want to see these conditions happening. So if I want the full NSE, I just need to click on NSE here. If I choose group, I will be able to select a specific group. So I'll choose my Nifty total market group. We'll go to the settings tab here. We can specify a filter for rate. So currently you can see I have set it as 10 and a very large number here. So it will include all the stocks which are currently trading between 10 rupees and this large amount here. So you can specify the rate filter. You can also select NSE show only equity to see only equity scripts. We also have some additional derivative filters. So if you're using a derivative group, you can use these derivative filters as well. So now we have specified the events. We will take a look at the results. You can see that we have the name of the script, the current price, the percentage change. We have the reason for which it is showing up here. And we also have the time at which the result is received. So here you can see the various reasons are showing up. So you can set up multiple event selector windows. For example, in one you can set only bearish conditions, or in one you can only set bullish conditions. So in this way you will easily be able to filter for various events which are occurring in the market. Now we will just take a look at our presentation once again. So the event selector helps us to track important events which are triggered during the live market. So we just saw we had a variety of events that you could choose from: bullish, bearish, bull reversal, bear reversal. We had a variety of conditions that you could choose from. So you can specify the conditions that you want to see, those events which you want to see, and the event selector will inform you about them. Next, we have the technical query feature. We just once again go back to our software and see what the technical query feature is. So the technical query feature allows us to create scanners. I'll just explain what that is. We will go to the query menu. And if we click on technical query, you will have either 2 windows or 3 windows, depending on the product which you have purchased. I will just click on the first window here and then click on clear all. So you can see the query settings window has opened here. And if I take a look at the conditions, you can see from up to condition 0, we have up till condition 49. So you can specify 50 conditions here in the condition menu, and you can specify up to 8 relationships in the relationship boxes here. So what the technical query does is that if you want to scan for a certain group of stocks in which some conditions are taking place, for example, you want to see those stocks in which the price is cutting the average upward. You want to scan for those stocks. You can do that using the technical query feature. So I'll just show you how to add conditions. You will just double click on condition 0. This will give us the study selection window. You can choose your study from here. We have various indicators. You can just choose them. I will choose my average since that is what I want to scan for. I have selected my study. Next, I will take a look at the parameter. Here you can specify the average type, the average period, and various conditions related to the parameter of the study. You can also specify the time frame. For example, I want to see this in the intraday 15-minute time frame. So I have specified my time frame. Next, if we take a look at the condition tab, we have various conditions which when fulfilled, you will be alerted about it. For example, I wanted to see when the price is cutting the average upward, I want to be alerted. I want to see those stocks. So I would select price cutting average upward. Next, we have an option to check on nth back bar. What this means is, this is my nth back bar 0. Since I have specified 0, it will check on the current bar. If I specify nth back bar 1, it will check on the previous bar. If I specify nth back bar 2, it will check on the previous bar, the bar before that, and so on. So in this way, you can check on previous data as well. I will specify it as nth back bar 0 and click on add. So now I have added my condition. I will just tick this condition here and I will choose satisfy condition instead of relation. We have some filter conditions. You can filter based on rate, quantity. You can choose last trader and after to see only active stocks. For example, I will choose this and I will choose a recent date, for example, the 24th of July. So I have specified this. I will only be able to see actively traded stocks now. Next, we have NSE show only equity, so it will show me only equity results. Next, if you want to change the query offset, for example, currently this is my query offset 0, so it will run my average here on this 0 offset here. If I change the offset to 1, it will choose the previous candle. If I change the offset to 2, it will choose the candle before that. So in this way, I can change my query offset as well to do some back testing or check for previous data. Now we will just change our chart to the intraday 15-minute time frame and add an average over here. So I'll just select average. I will choose my parameter here. I will just add it as S10 since that is what we have selected in our study. So you can see my average has been added to my chart. Now I will choose my group here. For example, the Nifty total market group. I have chosen my group. Now I'll click on run. So you can see all the various scripts in which my condition is being fulfilled. For example, R3 tags. You can see the price is currently cutting the average upward. ACE, my condition is being fulfilled. All cargo, amber, so on. So on all of these various stocks, they are cutting the average upward. So my condition is being satisfied. Next, I will try adding another condition. I will add a condition based on the MACD, which is the moving average convergence divergence. I will change my parameter here, for example, to the intraday 15-minute time frame. So I have changed my time frame here. Once again, I will take a look at my condition. So I also want the MACD to cut the average upward. So I have selected my condition. I want this on the 0 back bar. So I will leave this as it is and I will click on add. And I want both of these conditions to be satisfied at the same time. So I can create a relationship using these two conditions. So this is my condition C0 and this is my condition C1. So I will go to the relationship box here and I'll type C0 and C1. So in this way, I have created a relationship. I will type a description. For example, if I want to see buy, I will type it as buy. If I want to change the color of my alert, I will just change this to, for example, to green. I will change both of these to green so that it will show me the result in green. And I will tick this box here and I will make sure that it is set to satisfy relation. Now I'll just click on run again. Now if I take a look at my chart, I will just add the MACD study as well. So I have selected MACD in all time frames and I have clicked on add. You can see my MACD study has been added as well. Now if I open the chart for Anuras here, you can see the price is currently cutting the average upward and my MACD has also cut the average upward. Once again, if I take a look at IDBI, here also the result is being satisfied. Colte Patil, once again the result is being satisfied. So in this way, you can create a scanner to identify those stocks in which a certain set of conditions is being fulfilled. Now, we saw that what happens when we run it on historical data. But if I also want to see this on the live market to show me results as the live data is being received, I can set it to live query and then when I click on result live query, you can see that various results are appearing here in real time and you can take action based on the results which you are seeing here. For example, TTML, you can see the MACD has crossed over and the price is also cutting the average upward. Electcast, once again, you can see it has cut the average upward and the price is also cutting the average upward. So in this way, you can see results are appearing in real time. If you want to save these results to a group, you can click on save to group. If I go to result historical, I can save these scripts to a group as well to keep track of my results. Next, so in this way, you can create up to 8 relationships based on various conditions that you have added here. You can add up to 50 conditions. If you want to change the input of any of the conditions here, you just need to select the condition, click on change input, and you can change the input for these conditions as well. If you have any doubts, you can just contact us. We will help you out. Now, you can see currently I have chosen my conditions in the intraday 15-minute time frame. But if I want to change the period for these conditions to intraday 60 minutes, I'll just go to the MISC tab over here. You can see the period is currently set to daily. I will choose intraday and 60 minutes. And now we have an option to change period for conditions. You can change it for all conditions or you can select a specific group of conditions and then click on selected here and then you will be able to change the period for those selected conditions. But we want to change it for all of our conditions. So I have selected all and I have clicked on change. So now I have been able to change the period for the 2 conditions which I have added here. So it was very convenient and now it has changed to intraday 60 minutes time frame. So in this way, you can change the time frame for your conditions. Now we have created our conditions here. If I want to save this so that I can use this later as well, I'll click on save. I will assign a name to it, for example, test XYZ. Now I will click on save. So now our query has been saved. If I want to remove these conditions, if I want to remove a single condition, I will just select it and click on clear. If I want to remove all of the conditions which I have added at the same time, I will just click on clear all. It will remove all the conditions which have been added. Now I'll just click on load. I will select this and I'll type T. So here you can see my test XYZ query. I'll click on open, and now the conditions which I had saved are now back here. So if you have any further doubts or have any issues, please feel free to reach out to us at our support landline number, which is 022-3501-8383, or our support telephone number, which is 89769 9160102. Thank you.